Hi, welcome to my video on the review of solving quadratic word problems. And as in all my other reviews, you can treat this review as a quiz. And this quiz is marked at a 5, 1 mark for each correct word problem, for each answers you get in the word problems. So this is page 1 of 6. I have 5 more pages, 1 word problem on each page. So if you want to try the quiz, pause the video, work out the answer to the problem, and if you get it right, give yourself 1 mark. I'm just giving the mark for each of the correct answers. Here we go. Number 1 word problem. The second integer is 3 more than the first integer. The third is 2 more than the second. The sum of the squares of the 3 integers is 21. Find the 3 integers. So what we're going to do, we have 3 integers. So we're going to let x be the first integer. So notice I have a first integer, second integer, and a third integer. The second is 3 more than the first. So that means we can let x plus 3 be the second integer. I'm using ditto marks to save time. The third is 2 more than the second. So if the second is x plus 3, 2 more than that is add 2 on. So that means that x plus 5 be the third integer. So we got an x plus 3, x plus 5. And then it says, after writing the expression, which I did, the sum of the squares of the 3 integers. So the sum of the squares is x squared, add on x plus 3 squared, add on x plus 5 squared, and the sum of the squares is 21. So let's simplify this equation and make it equal to 0. So that's x squared is x squared, x plus 3 being squared, x plus 5 being squared. So I'm multiplying it out twice so I can do the FOIL on it. So here we go, x times x, x squared, x times 3, 3x, 3 times x, 3x, 3 times 3, 9. X times x, x squared, x times 5, 5x, 5 times x, 5x, 5 times 5, 25 equals 21. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to quickly add these up. Like terms is x squared, so I got a 1, 2, 3. I got a 3x squareds. X's, I got 6 and 10 is 16, 16x. And the numbers I have is 9 plus 25 is 34. So that makes 3x squared plus 16x plus 34 minus 21 equals 0. 3x squared plus 16x plus 13 equals 0. So I got an ax squared plus bx plus c. So now I have to factor or use the quadratic formula, but the product is 3 times 13 is 39, and the sum is 16. So the factors of 39 are 1 and 39. They add up to, the digits adds up to 12, which is a multiple of 3. So 3 is a factor. So 3 into 39 is 12. And remember, they have to add up to give me 16. So I have a 12. So it's a 3. So I see it, 12 has a 4. So 4. Did I say 3 into 39? And it's 13. 3 times 13. When I get, what my brain was going then. So 3 into 39 is 13, and 3 and 13 will give me 16. So we have factors of 16 is a 3x plus 13x plus 13. So the factors of 39 to give us 16 is 3 and 13. So we take those two numbers, put them in the middle, and put an x with them because they add up to 16x. So 3x is GCF in these two, and I break them up into two pairs. So I got 3x into 3x, where's x? 3x into 3x goes once. Plus 13 is a GCF, we take it out. 13x divided by 13 is x. 13 divided by 13 is plus 1. We have a binomial GCF of x plus 1. We move the x plus 1 out and you get a 3x. Take the x plus 1 out of here and we get a plus 13. And we have an x plus 1 equals 0, or we have a 3x plus 13 equals 0. So x equals negative 1. 3x equals 13 divided by 3. We have x equals 13 over 3. Negative, that is, because that's a plus. Move it over, it becomes a minus, so it's a minus 13 over 3. So I said find the three integers. So notice I can't use negative 13 over 3, even though it'll probably fit the problem, but I can't use it because I want integers. So one of the integers is x is negative 1. So let's find the other ones. So x plus 3. So that's negative 1 plus 3. So that gives me a 2. And I got an x plus 5. So negative 1 plus 5 is 4. So the integers are the integers that work for this problem. The integers are negative 1, 2, and 4. And if you want to check it, 1 squared is 1, 2 squared is 4, 4 squared is 16, gives me 21. Yep. So, give yourself a mark if you have all these answers correct. If you're not, then find out where your mistakes are and why you made it. Let's do another one. Again, pause the video, work it out, treat it as a quiz. The sum of two numbers is 6. Twice the reciprocal of one of the numbers plus 4 times the reciprocal of the other number is 2. Find the numbers. So we have the sum of the two numbers is 6. So we're going to let x be one of the numbers. And if the sum is 6, that means 6 minus x be the other number. Remember, if two numbers adds up to have a sum, one is x, the other one is the sum minus that number. An example, if you have two numbers adding up to 6, then if you got a 5, how do you get the other one? 6 minus 5. If you got a 4, how do you get the other one? 6 minus 4. So the sum is x and 6 minus x. Twice the reciprocal of one of the numbers. So let's do the reciprocal of this one. I'm going to say RIP. Reciprocal is 1 over x. And the reciprocal of this one is 1 over 6 minus x. So the reciprocal is turned upside down. The reciprocal of 2 is 1 over 2. Reciprocal of 8 is 1 over 8. So the reciprocal is 1 over x. So it says twice the reciprocal. So twice the reciprocal of one number plus is add 4 times the reciprocal of the other and plus is add, and you get 2. So you might say, well, why not twice the reciprocal of this one and 4 times the reciprocal of this one? It makes no difference. In this case, it makes no difference. If you did 4 times this one and 2 times this one equals 2 and worked it out, you will get the same answers as I'm going to get here. So here we go. 2 times, it's 2 over x plus 4 times, it's 4 over 6 minus x equals 2. Remember, 2 is 2 over 1. 4 is 4 over 1. So 2 times 1 is 2. 1 times x 4 times 1 is 4. 1 times x minus 6 minus x. 6 minus x equals 2. Now, I always solve equations with fractions. There's a unit that's done on rational expressions. And in that unit, we're solving equations with fractions. So I find the LCD, and you need to go over that unit in Algebra 2 on rational expressions in order to find the LCD. Very important. So the LCD is the denominator, so it's x times x minus 6 is the LCD. So I multiply both equations. I multiply all parts of the equation by the LCD. So the LCD is x times 6 minus x times 4 over 6 minus x, and x times 6 minus x times 2. So I take the LCD and I multiply it by each part of the equation. Notice I wrote it down. Now I can cancel. Every denominator should cancel. X cancels. So 2 times, there it is, the 6 minus x cancels. So I get x times 4. No cancellation here. So I get x times x minus, or 6 minus x times 2. So that's 2x times x. Now I'm going to simplify. 12 minus 2x plus 4x equals 12x minus 2x squared. Simplify each side, and I get a 12 plus 2x equals 12x minus 2x squared. Quadratic, so move them all to the left side in descending order. And that's done. And that simplifies to, notice I moved the 12x over and made it minus. I moved the negative 2x squared over and made it plus. And I put them in descending order. So that's done. Notice I can take the 2 out. 2 is a GCF, or I can, because an equation, I can divide all terms by 2. I get x squared minus 5x plus 6 equals 0. And that's factorable. X squared is x and x. Product is 6, the sum is 5, so 6 is, I can get 6 times 1 or 3 times 2, but the product is positive. Product is a positive 6, the sum is negative 5. That means I have to go 6 times 1, already right here, 6 times 1 or 3 times 2, but the product is positive, so they're going to add up. So it's 3 and 2. That will multiply to give you 6 and add to give you 5. Because the product is positive, the sum is negative. It has to be 2 negatives. Multiply. Negative 3, negative 2, positive 6, add, negative 5. Perfect. So we let each one of these factors equal 0. So x is equal to 3, or x is equal to 2. So if we have 3, then we have the other number is 6 minus x. So that's 6 minus 3. So that gives me 3. And if x is 2, 6 minus x is 6 minus 2, which is 4. So when x is 3, the other number is 3. So the two numbers are 3 and 3. So the other number is 3. 3 and 3. So if one number, if x is 2, then the other number is 4. So there's two pairs, two sets of numbers. So you could have a 3 and a 3, or you can have a 2 and a 4, and both pairs work. And if you want to check it out, if you take this one and multiply it by 2, which is reciprocal, and you multiply the other one's reciprocal, which is 1/3, that gives you 2/3 and 4/3, which is 6/3, which is 2. If you take the 2, multiply it by its reciprocal, and you take the 4, multiply it by its reciprocal. Remember, we're multiplying x by 2 and the other one by 4. That gives us 2 times a half is 1. 4 times a quarter is 1. So both pairs, 3 and 3, or 2 and 4, are two pairs of numbers that will work for this problem. And I checked it out, made sure. If you're right, if you got 3 and 3 and 2 and 4, notice it's not the 3 and the 2. It's not 3 and 2 that works. It's the x and the x. It's the x and the 6 minus x that work. These two won't work, but these pair, you got to go x and 6 minus x. It's this pair right here and this pair here, because again it's x and 6 minus x that go together, not x and x. And another problem. Don't forget to pause your video and work this out beforehand. If you had the previous one right, give yourself a mark. Here we go. One leg of a right triangle is 3 less than the other leg. The hypotenuse is 6 more than the shorter leg. Find the sides of the right triangle. Well, we have a right triangle. Right triangle is a right angle. This is the hypotenuse, and these are the legs, L and L, H. And it says that one leg to 2 legs form the right angle, and the hypotenuse is opposite to the right angle, longest side. It says we're going to let x be one leg. And it says one leg is 3 less than the other. So 3 less than is x minus 3 be the other leg, because it's shorter. Now the hypotenuse is 6 more than the shorter leg. Well, if that leg is x and this one is x minus 3, this must be the shorter one. So x minus 3 add on 6. So we're going to let x plus 3 be the hypotenuse. Yeah. Okay. So that means we draw the triangle, and we have one leg is x, the other one is x minus 3, and the other one is x plus 3. So in a right triangle, we have the 3 sides. We have a c squared equals a squared plus b squared. C is the hypotenuse, opposite the right angle. So that's an x plus 3 squared. Better be careful. And we have a is x and b is x minus 3. So x plus 3. Notice x plus 3 is longer. If you take any number and add 3, then that's the longest, that's the bigger number, so that's the longest side. So we square these out, and what I do is I write them down, and when I write them down twice, then hopefully I won't make an error when I multiply. So x times x is x squared, x times 3, 3x, 3 times x, 3x, 3 times 3 is 9. X squared, x times x is x squared, x times negative 3, negative 3x, negative 3 times x, negative 3x, negative 3 times negative 3, 9. So what I do now is I simplify each side. And the reason, you simplify each side so you have less to transpose. So x squared and x squared is 2x squared. Negative 3x, negative 3x, negative 6x. Now that I have each side simplified, notice that each side has a 9 on each side. So I can, rather than transpose and make that, I just scratch those out because there's balance on each side. So now I have x squared minus 2x squared plus 6x plus 6x equals 0. 2x squared moves over to become a minus, and this negative 6 moves over to become a plus. That gives me negative x squared plus 12x. Add 1 and negative 2 is negative 1, 6 and 6 is 12. And I can multiply by negative 1 if I want, or I can take a negative 1 out. Negative 1 gives me positive negative 12x and 0. X is GCF, so I'll take the x out. X squared divided by x is x. Negative 12x divided by x is negative 12. X equals 0. or x minus 12 equals 0, x is equal to 12. So x is 0. So if x is 0, how can you have a length of side of 0? So 0 can't be used. Remember, the sides of triangles can't be 0 or can't be negative. So x is 12. So let's go with next one. X minus 3 is 12 minus 3 is 9. We have x plus 3. X plus 3. X is 12, so 12 plus 3 is 15. So the sides of the triangle that fit this, the sides are, put them in order, 9, 12, and 15. And if you have these sides, notice 0 is omitted because you can't have a negative, can't have 0 for the length of a side. Or if you put 0 here, you can't have negative 3. Anyway, if you have these answers, give yourself a mark. And we have another one. Notice what we have. We got two parallel sides. They have a trapezoid. And the area of the trapezoid is 18 square centimeters. And we want to find the length of AB. Notice the trapezoid has one pair of sides parallel, only one. So this is the pair of parallel sides. And we want to find, we're given the area. So the area of a trapezoid is a half the height, and add the bases together, B1, B2. This is the height, perpendicular to the two parallel sides, and this is the base 1, and this is your base 2. Bases are the parallel sides in this trapezoid. So the area is 18, so area is 18, so I can put down 18 as the area, half. The height, which is x height, is x plus 1. And the bases are x plus 2, add on 3x plus 2. So in this formula, I filled in the area is 18, the height is x plus 1, and the two bases are, one is there and the other one's there, I'm adding them. So I'm going to simplify inside the brackets first by PEMDAS. So x plus 3x is 4x, 2 plus 2 is 4, so that's simplified. Now, I can take 18 and I can do FOIL on these two. X times 4x is 4x squared. X times 4 is 4x. 1 times 4x is 4x. 1 times 4 is 4. And I'm going to simplify the inside of that. So 4x squared. 4x and 4x is 8x. And it's fully simplified. Now I'm going to half of this number. So half of 4 is 2. Half of 8 is 4. Half of 4 is 2. When I say a half now, I'm just taking half the number. It's still x squared and x. And if I want, let's be true, I'll move all terms to the left side, make a minus, and I have a plus 18 equals 0. I could have moved the 18 over here and made a minus and had a 0 over here, but I'm going to be true to what I'm saying. All terms in a quadratic goes to the left side. Simplify, and when I do, negative 2 and 18 is 16. Now I see I can remove the negative 2 by factoring, or I can divide by negative 2. The reason I can divide by negative 2 because I got an equation. So that gives me 0 divided by negative 2 is 0. That's an 8. So, and quadratic, so I try to factor. X squared is x and x. Factors of 8, they're 1 and 8, and 4 and 2. The product is 8, so which pair of factors will give you 2, 8, and 1, 1? So it's a 4 and a 2. The product is negative 8, the sum is 2, so I must have plus 4 minus 2. Multiply. Negative 8. Add 2. So x plus 4 equals 0. X minus 2 equals 0. X is equal to negative 4. X is equal to 2. And again, we're talking about trapezoid. If we put a negative 4 right here, we get a negative 2. So we can't use the negative 4 because it makes the length negative. Negative 4 can probably fit if the negative 4 made the length of this side positive, made the length of this side positive, and made this side positive, I could use it. But when you sub it in and it makes the length negative, you can't use it. So that means x must be 2. So we have to find the length of AB. So AB is 3x plus 2. So to get the length of AB, I need to get the value of x, which I did. I got x to be 2. Sub it in. That's a 6 plus 2. So that's an 8. And it's in square centimeters, so the length of AB is 8 centimeters. And if you want to get the length of this one, you can plug the 2 in and you get a 4. If you want to get the length of this one, you can plug the 2 in and get a 3. And if you check it, it's a half. So if x is just checking now, I have a 2 for x, so that means the height is 3. So, and this base, if that's a 2, this base is 4. This base we found out to be 8. So that's a half of 3 times 12. And a half of 12 is 6. So 3 6 is 18, which is the right area. So, yes, I just did this checking. Just make sure, just show you how to check it. So we got 2. We plugged the 2 in. We got a length of 8. We got the right answer. Give yourself a mark. And I did this just to check it. And one more to do, the final one. And let's see what we have here. We have 3 equations. So let's take, this is equation 1, this is equation 2, and this is equation 3. And it says find the values of A, B, or sorry, A, B, I was going to say A, B, and C then. Find the values of A, B, and X. There's an A and an X, there's a B and an X, there's an A, B equals 2x squared plus x plus 2. So how do I work out, get the values of A, B, and C? Notice this equation has A and B and X's. So up here, I got A and X. So if I solve this equation right here for A, then I'll have A in terms of X. Sub it in. If I solve this equation for B in terms of X, sub it in. So if I replace A with X's, replace the B with X's, I'll have an equation with all X's. That means I might be able to solve it. So let's take equation 1. 2a plus 6x equals 4. We're going to solve it for a. Move the x over and divide by 2. So a equals negative 3x plus 2. Let's take number 2 equation. Negative b minus x minus 1 equals 0. We're going to solve for b, so move the x's over. And multiply by negative 1, so b equals negative x minus 1. Since we have a in terms of x, b in terms of x, let's write down equation 3, which has an a and a b, 2x squared plus x plus 2. So a is negative 3x plus 2. B is negative x minus 1. Right down the right side. So I replaced, by solving this equation for a in terms of x, plug it in. Now I have a in terms of x, b in terms of x. Now I have all x's. So let's simplify this equation. Multiply by FOIL. Negative 3x times negative x is 3x squared. Negative 3x times negative 1 is 3x. 2 times negative x is negative 2x. 2 times negative 1 is negative 2. So that's simplified. Now I'm going to simplify further by combining the terms, which is done. Again, to simplify each side first, you have less to transpose. Notice I have x on each side, so because I have an equation, I can cancel them out. So that means 3x squared minus 2x squared minus 2 minus 2 equals 0. So the 2x squared goes over to the left, become negative. The plus 2 goes over to the left to become negative. That gives me x squared minus 4 equals 0. This is the quadratic. That's the difference of two squares. So there's x and x. Factors of 4 is 2 and 2. The product is negative 4, so it's a plus and a minus. So x plus 2 equals 0. Or x minus 2 equals 0. So x is negative 2, or x is 2. I wanted to do just another way, just while I'm at it. If you have this, you can also go x squared equals 4. Move the 4 to the right side. That means the square root of each side. But I have to do plus or minus. Square root of x squared is x, plus minus 2. So I can also do it this way or this way. But I have x is negative 2. So I got to get what? There's two values of x now. So I have to work out the a and the b for each of these values. So remember, a is negative 3x plus 2. So a is negative 3. X is negative 2. So that's 6 plus 2 is 8. So when x is negative 2, a is 8. And let's do b. b is negative x minus 1. So x is negative 2, so it's the negative of a negative 2 minus 1. 2 minus 1 is 1. So notice when x is negative 2, a is 8, b is 1. So they all go together. So x is negative 2, a is 8, b is 1. They all go together like that. Now, when x is 2, then I get a different value of a. Let's see what a is. So a is 2. Sorry, x is 2. Better be careful. So when x is 2, a becomes negative 4. What is b? b is negative x minus 1. So when x is 2, so that's the negative of 2 minus 1. Negative 2 minus 1, negative 3. So when x is 2, a is negative 4, b is negative 3. So all three of these got to go together. So there's two pairs, well, not two pairs. There's two sets of numbers. Negative 2 for x, 8 for a, and 1 for b. Or you could have x is 2, a is negative 4, b is negative 3. There's two different sets of numbers. And again, a perfect problem to end solving quadratics on. Excellent math. And give yourself a mark. So when you're finished, total up your marks, see how well you did, and put your score over 5. And whatever you have right, divide 5 into it, get a decimal, and move it 2 places to the right to get your percent. Hopefully you did everything okay, and that ends the unit on solving quadratic equations. And if you like my video, click the like button, the subscribe button, notification bell. Visit my math website, www.mathfullyexplained.com, to find more information about me, my videos, and the content. And that's the content that's on my YouTube channel called Math Fully Explained. Thank you for viewing my video. Bye-bye.